I have some other letters that somebody wanted to submit the last time that they didn't get to. I just wanted to make a couple of comments about this meeting specifically. I live in many of your districts, and I didn't get, thank you so much. I didn't get an email about this meeting. I get the newspaper, I watch the news. I heard about this through word of mouth. I'm a registered Republican. I believe in the Second Amendment. However, from what I understand, if this bill passes, I'm going to be going into restaurants and bars with people who can bring a gun. I don't think alcohol and guns mix. However, I think this room is very obvious. Most people are very vocal if they signed up to speak or comment or not. I think you get a sense of how this room feels. So I want to personally urge you, reach out on email, reach out on Twitter, reach out on Facebook, use your staffers and make some phone calls. Find out what a lot of your constituents feel about this. I don't think this time, excuse me, are you listening?
I'm just trying to identify who you are and where you're from.
Okay, that was from someone else. They just asked me. Stephanie Burnett, I live in the city of Greeville. Thank you. You know, my city council person sends me an email out every 6 weeks and asks for responses. My federal officials, I get town hall meetings on the phone, I get constant contact e-blasts. Please, reach out and see how everybody feels, not just the people who could come here on a Monday night. I think there are a lot of bars and restaurant owners. Is dinner time a good time for them to come out and tell you, you know what, I don't want my patrons bringing guns into my establishment. So please, I think you have a great idea of the people who came out tonight, how they feel, but please reach out in other ways.
Stephanie, can I respond real
Sure, I'd love
briefly
to.
to you?
Thank you.
Senate Bill 308 is not currently being debated by this committee. That is the bill that allows people to carry into bars and restaurants. This bill here is constitutional carry. All we're talking about is that tonight. If a bar or restaurant puts up a sign, people can't go in there with a gun. The people I represent just won't go in there and give them any money. That bill is currently under the Senate. I represent Senate District 13, and there's several of my constituents sitting behind you that get emails from me every 2 weeks. But in order to do it, we have to have your contact information. I've been sending out letters. Ma'am?
My voter registration?
Contact information.
There's no registration by party, so that makes it difficult. What I do is I do annual events, I do a lot of constituent outreach, and I've gotten a lot of emails, and I have a website. So a lot of times, you know, when I send out, 14, 15,000 pieces of mail, I can't physically afford to do that all the time, on our Senate salary. So what I rely on is I try to get email solicitations and try to get people's email address. So if you live in the district I represent, or even if you don't, if you want to be online, senatormartin.com. Most senators, when you go to our www.sc.gov and click on Find Your Legislator, even if you don't know who they are, if you look them up or Google them, they generally have a campaign website where you can sign up to get involved, and that will send you out. I believe a lot of people on this panel, they send out email updates. I do it every 2 weeks because the Senate moves a lot slower than the House, but some people may do it once a month. Some people, I think the senator from Aiken does it once a week, but you have to know and have that email address because at 46 cents, we can't afford to send something out every week. But I'll be glad if you sign up on my website. I'll send you what's going on. This is a committee hearing from the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator Larry Martin from Pickens is the chairman, and he allowed Senator Bright to chair this committee and travel around the state. And it's been the committee that's posted all the notices of public hearing with all the freedom of information. So that's where all that came from. I just wanted to kind of clear that up, that there are 2 bills going through the Senate right now. 115 is the constitutional carry, and 308 is the restaurant carry, bar carry.
Okay, I appreciate that. I think you're really reaching a certain segment, maybe a certain age group. I think in this day and age, it doesn't have to be just the male, but anything you can do to communicate and to get feedback from all of your constituents, I think is really appreciated. So thank you.